So without further ado, I'm going to let Ms. Moné Givner come up and talk about the veterans aspect of this and the tax breaks that you can receive for hiring people that are veterans. Ms. Moné, and I'm going to give her a hand because she...
Good morning. As Mike said, my name is Moné Givner, and I'm the Veterans Program Manager with the state of Ohio. There are 7 of us total for the state. I cover the northeastern part of the state, the very, very northeastern. So I cover Lake County, Lorain, Cuyahoga, and then somehow Richland and Crawford counties are now part of northeastern Ohio. I still haven't figured that out, but that's my region too. And what we're tasked to do is help veterans overcome barriers to employment. And we do this by working with organizations such as CEOGC, Breaking the Cycle, Catholic Charities, and other service organizations in the area to kind of get veterans through a pipeline. You know, we want to take them from where they're at, and what we do is we put together an employability development plan, and that may consist of something as simple as getting some resume workshop stuff together, you know, updating some job skills, some interviewing skills, some mock interviewing skills, or it could be something as intricate as we have to get that veteran housing, we have to find that veteran transportation and things like that, and then take that veteran from there and work a plan all the way through to employment. And we've been pretty successful at it. Last fiscal year, we helped about 427 veterans with employment. And that's really, really good for our area, because if you think about it, about 3 years ago, before I came into this area, for Cuyahoga County, there were about 20 veterans that came through the program and actually got employed. So in the past 3 years, we've been able to take it from 20 veterans to 427 veterans. So I'm really proud of my staff and the things that we've been able to accomplish. Like Mike said, one of the things that we use to talk to employers about hiring veterans, veterans who have felony backgrounds, are work opportunity tax credits. I don't know if you all are familiar with them. They're the tax credits that came down from the Department of Labor. And for ex-offenders, I think it's $2,400 that you get the work opportunity tax credit for hiring. Well, if it's a veteran who also has a felony background, then the amount is higher. It's anywhere from $5,600 to $9,600, and it actually comes off of that employer's amount that they owe. So let's say the employer does all their taxes, they owe $10,000. Well, if they hire a disabled vet, whether they have a background or not, if they hire that veteran and that veteran has been out of work for 6 months, then that company will receive a $9,600 tax credit. So now their tax liability is $400. And there is no number or cap on how many veterans you can hire. So essentially, you know, if you have a company that has a really, really large tax debt, you know, the more veterans that they hire in, the lower their tax debt will be. So, you know, we talk to employers about things like that. We also use the on-the-job training dollars. You know, if a veteran has a set of skills, but maybe not all the skills the employer wants or needs at that time, we leverage it with some on-the-job training dollars. We sit with the employer and we help them come up with a plan so that this veteran will be trained into the job that they're going into. So it can go up to 6 months. It can be as short as 2 weeks. But with that, we pay 50% of the veteran's salary for up to 6 months. So, and I believe it's a $10. Am I right, Will? $10 is the lowest amount that can be paid. So the lowest amount that we'll pay is $5. You know, for half of that veteran's salary. I was speaking about us being pretty successful. This year, we actually won a DOL award for our work with veterans. It's called the Vets One Award, and it was a $66,000 grant that we received from the Department of Labor. The only bad thing is that we couldn't keep it in-house at the Employment Connection. We had to kind of give it out to service organizations that do a really good job with veterans. So this year, we've given it to CEOGC, we gave some to ULA, several of the homeless shelters in the area that we send veterans to when they're homeless, and I think the money is going to be given out at an event that I'll tell you about in a second. The last thing that I wanted to talk about is Hire a Vet Month. In the state of Ohio, November is Hire a Veterans Month. And we host the flagship event here. Some of you have it on your table. It's our event at Quicken Loans Arena on November the 12th of this year. It'll be from 9 to 1, and it's open to all veterans. We just ask that they bring a resume. Right now, we have about 60 employers who will be there. This is our 3rd annual one. Every year, we've had about a good 400 veterans walk through, and some of the veterans get hired on the spot. Some of the veterans go back home and get a call later on, but it's a very, very successful event, and everyone who attends, whether it's a service provider, if it's an employer, or if it's a veteran, they get free tickets to the Veterans Day, one of the Veterans Day games, and that's on the bottom as well. So it's a nice incentive for veterans to come in. You know, it's a nice way to celebrate, you know, Veterans Day for them, and it's a nice way for us to kind of get more employers in. You all have a good day, and thank you for coming.